Ebisa for her I came to TV. Miss Winnie them say, and no face that we need walking to TV so Messers for versus Kabam and our shout to other platform. Normal comments or comment section. I say, and more if so notification men some and send me at walking to TV. No, why first person no one and some beauty no one near Costo or Margana and we say Afanina. Mamma himself came to TV. There are some yet say, yes, yes, and near the boy, it's your was your shimmy. As some way a no cray and sunny abroad now was so in your beauty. Now you will could be more lawyer for Adam Orchard, a catcher, and you could be more home one. And a lawyer for Adam Orchard, no dear go a year na your president, Mahama swing. Nina nam a year Ghana bar for a John Masu go ye na your president, Mahama so ever a year chief justice, a year na your president, to say or person spending. Neno and the Ghana Bar Association say if I could see him. In some way, the far quaint be no home HS president beat me, yes, sir. A maybe a marquine and a Ghana Bar Association, I can come madrin, actually a year, na year president, and yet as some papa for a year chief justice or person suspending on. Neno and a year lawyer for Adamoch or no so, HSA, or no happy ja. Or no so any Japan Ghana Bar Association say no more to me a year na year president no. In summer no I be pray a woman Ghana na yana meeting say I am in person waste me time and as a mess member. And as a mess really did no come on. I mean no me any akwa some no intro near we are as some by bit of come in some pray a come aha I came to TV. I don't want to say
Ghana Bar Association, they have issued a bullet. They say that John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency the President, stop what you are doing. Stop it. Stop cry before we get angry. Stop. Cry. Don't go near there. Do you know where the Bar Association has come from? The first president of the Ghana Bar Association was Wafa JB Dankwa. Hey, Bar Association has come from far. In the Champon days, they led the revolution. Hey, in the Rawlings days, they fought it very hard. When you brought 1992 constitution, they boycotted, but they contributed to it. They went to court. Go and look at the Ghana Bar Association law report. Don't go there, President Mahama. Don't try. Let's see what the Bar Association said. Okay. 1. Revocation of suspension. The Ghana Bar Association calls for the immediate revocation of the suspension of the Chief Justice as it considers the suspension to be unconstitutional, considering the fact that the president, who is not a judge or a judicial officer, exercises discretion to suspend the Chief Justice under Article 14610 of the 1992 Constitution in the absence of a published constitutional instrument, statutory instrument, or regulations governing the exercise of his said discretion as required by Article 296 of the Constitution. The Ghana Bar Association hereby also calls for the immediate enactment of a clear and comprehensive regulation relating to the matters under Article 146 of the Constitution, the Republic of Ghana, etc., etc. In addition, the Ghana Bar Association calls upon President of the Republic of Ghana to immediately release the full decision establishing a prima facie case against the Chief Justice consistent with established precedent. This disclosure is necessary to ensure that the process is conducted in accordance with the principles of transparency and fairness. Now, I'd like to expand on this a little bit. The Bar Association is saying, and I've seen Dr. Kwesi Prempeh's document, it just came to me as I was going to the studio. Kwesi Prempeh seems to be arguing against it. I'm completely confused. Now, on the first one, where they are talking about regulations, people are going to Dateba, but I think that Dateba must be read well. Dateba says that where the person is not a judicial officer, he has to publish regulations, but when he's a judicial officer, you can't ask him to publish regulations to exercise his discretion because he's already a judge, he's a judicial officer. That's what Dateba says. Dateba didn't say that anybody who exercises discretion cannot publish anything. You are not a judicial officer, Mr. President, so you have to publish the regulations. Forget about that. That's very legalist and that's technical. But let's come to the basic one. You say that the Council of State found something against Justice Stockholm. The Bar Association is saying that show us the thing. Okay, I'll come to this in a minute. It says, show us the thing. Show us the thing. What did the Council of State see that they decided that a prima facie case has been made? Because the Lord Chief Justice is the people's Chief Justice. He's not elected by NDC people or elected by MPP people. He's a Chief Justice appointed by whoever is President of Ghana. Now, in exercising his authority to appoint the Chief Justice, His Excellency the President is not performing a governance function. He's performing a state function. Political scientists, come and let's talk. State and government. The difference between state and government. Monocephalous executive, bicephalous executive. In bicephalous executive, the head of state is different from the head of government. So if you are in England, it is Her Majesty the Queen that appoints the Chief Justice, not the Prime Minister. The monocephalous executive inside the president's body, half of it is state, half of it is government. Sometimes he's performing a state function. When President Mahama went to the Ghana Military Academy and was nicely clad in naval wear, he was performing a state function. The commissioning of officers to the Ghana Armed Forces is a state function. It's not a government function. When President Mahama goes to launch Mahama Cares, it's a government function. It's an NDC government function. It's not a state function. When President Mahama nominates somebody for the position of Chief Justice, it is a state function. It's not a government function. So the Chief Justice is a Chief Justice of the state. That is why on Independence Day, you will see the Chief Justice, they will say that the arrival, if you are watching GBC, the arrival of the dignitaries, the Lord Chief Justice, Justice Tokonu, Justice Eni Yeboah, Justice Philip Archer, Justice Aban, whoever it is, they climb up the dais and they sit there. They sit near the president. They are performing a state function. When it's an NDC rally, Justice Tokonu will not be there. When it's an NDC rally, Dr. Manibwama will be there. He's NDC Minister for Defense. He will be there. So we have to understand this principle. That's what the Bar Association is saying. That, Mr. President, you cannot say that you found something against the Chief Justice and it's a secret. So only you know, only you and the Council of States know. This era of social media, of plural media, we cannot accept that. Come and show us the details. What happened? What happened? Come and show us. It's a legend that His Excellency the President did not send the document to Madam. Okay, he since sent it through another process, not through the court process anyway. But he's also making another allegation that whilst the pendency of the matter, during the pendency of the matter, the government and the president cannot go on with the process, the pendency of the injunction, that once an injunction is pending before a court, they cannot go on with the process. Now, there is sufficient legal authority to back that thinking. What is the thinking? The thinking is that when a document is filed in court and an injunction is filed, and you are a party to it, and you see that the injunction is filed, the injunction process has been served upon you, you cannot progress with it. There are many authorities, but tonight, viewers, I'd like to show you the foremost authority in this matter, and you will marvel who the judge is. Let's go to the touch screen. It's entitled The Republic versus Bank of Ghana and 5 others. Ex parte Benjamin Dufour. It was this case that got me to know that my great-great-great-uncle, Kwabena Dufour, is called Benjamin. Ah, beautiful. Today I'm going to tease you that they say you are called Benjamin, you don't tell us. Every day you say you are Kwabena Dufour, you are Benjamin. Whether you like it or not, you are Benjamin. Listen to this. Look at Justice Bafoboni, the acting Chief Justice. He gave this ruling. Justice Bafoboni, see what he said. When a court is seized with jurisdiction to hear a matter, nothing should be done to usurp the judicial power that has been vested in the courts by the Constitution of Ghana. In effect, the state of affairs before the courts was seized with the matter must be preserved until the court delivers its judgment. This is so whether or not the court has granted an order to preserve the status quo or not. A party to the proceedings will be in contempt if he engages in an act subsequent to the filing of the case, which will have had the effect of interfering with the fair trial of the case or undermine the administration of justice. Justice Bafoboni, the acting Chief Justice. It will be quoted to him. His Lordship will be told that, my Lord, this was your ruling in a Republic versus Bank of Ghana, ex parte Dufour Benjamin. He clarifies here, Justice Bafoboni, my good friend Paul Bafoboni, is a wonderful man. Absolutely incredible. I saw a video of him. He was dancing in the church. He loves the Lord. He's a great guy. Justice Bafoboni, how are you? Good to see you. We share the same name, Paul, and I'm taking from your greatness. But this is what you said, my Lord. This is what you said. You said, where a party, that is the President and the Council of State, knowing that a case is sub judice, they say, engages in an act or omission which tends to prejudice or interfere with the fair trial of the case despite the absence of an order of the court. The party is held. It says, even if there's no order from the court, the fact that the court is seized with the matter, is the court not seized with the application for injunction? The court is seized with it. He talks about something subsequent. Here it is. I'll show you. Where is it? He says that a party to the proceedings will be in contempt if he engages in an act, subsequent to the filing of the case. That is, anything that happened subsequent, after the case was filed. After Asifwa filed his case, then President Mahama sent the documents to Tokonu, and then they proceeded to go and do prima facie case. Justice Paul Bafuboni says the President, the Council of State, anybody who participated should be held in contempt of the court. This is what the Bar Association is saying. And then people are in a hurry. Dr. Kwesi Prempeh, please, so we respect you. Please, please. Dr. Kwesi Prempeh, we beg you. We beg you, pa. We beg you. We beg you. We know that you're an American-trained jurist. We beg you. This is the law. Bafuboni is the one who said it. Bafuboni is the one who said it. Many, many people said it, but on this occasion, God has given us a good example. When we're looking for the thing today, my producer called me and said, Chairman, we have something super. I said, what is it? Did you get the authority for that? He said, I got it. I said, yes, so put it. I said, no, but you should hear who did it. I said, who? Is it Justice Aban? Is it Dateban? He said, no, it's Bafuboni. I said, hey, Bafuboni, bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it. You see, paper and pen, they don't lie. History doesn't lie. Bafuboni ruled this in the case of the Republic versus Bank of Ghana, ex parte Benjamin Dufour. This is what Bafuboni said. Saying that the government and the president and the council say they are in contempt of the process. And this is a matter that people cannot understand. That, well, some say the bar statement was too strong. Maybe not. Maybe it was. I don't know. You decide. How are you? Did you watch the thank you tour? Please, Dr. Baumia says that you are the best. Have you heard it? Oh, we miss you. Dr. Baumia said it. He said it. He said you are the best. But the thank you tour was brutal. Kennedy Japan says something. I've heard all the negative things that people are saying about it, but I don't think it's that bad. You see, they're a family. MPP is a family, like NDC is a family, every political party is a family. They have had an election. They have had problems. You remember the Kwesi Boche report? It came. The Kwesi Boche report said that John Mahama should not work with Standobe anymore. John Mahama continued to work with Standobe because he has trust in him. 2024, John Mahama won the election. Does it mean the Kwesi Boche report was wrong? No. Does it mean it was wrong for John Mahama to work with Standobe? No. But that is how life is. Things change. Things happen. Things happen outside the prediction. That's why those who learn economics will tell you that there's an underlying matter in economics that says all things being equal. Sometimes they say other things being equal. So if Kennedy Japan is fighting with Abronye, it's okay. I can understand that the tempests were too high. And over Kennedy, you remember somebody told you that you should calm down, you know. Kennedy Japan, another really very good man. Very, very good man. You know, and now they started saying that Dr. Baumia is taking, blaming Akufo-Addo for the... Dr. Baumia said at the thank you talk that Akufo-Addo's record, posterity will be kind to Adodi. Posterity will be kind to Adodi. Because what Adodi has done, September is coming. We have bought sanitary pass, but we don't have money to pay school fees for people to go and learn. We don't have that money. But we have money to buy sanitary pass. No problem. September is coming. If they tell you that you have to pay school fees for secondary education, I hope they don't. I really hope they don't. But I'm hearing they will. You will remember Adodi. You may not remember him because you can pay for your secondary education. But there are many people who can't pay for their secondary education. And that's what Dr. Baumia was talking about. The things Adodi has done. One district, one factory, they say they've cancelled it. They say they've cancelled it. They won't do it. One village, one that they say they've cancelled it. Well, they've replaced it with something. Mahama cares or Batampa, It's fine, no problem. But at the end of the day, when you are finished, you remember Adodi. Many years ago, viewers, forgive me, my stories are many because of my associations. Many years ago, a military brigadier general, that's how he ended. At the time he was speaking to me, he was a major. Very, very good friend of my father's. My father had died. He said, Kweku, I was driving, he was driving, I was sitting in his car and he was driving. You know, at that time, I just learned how to drive, so I was just monitoring how he's driving. We were going by the Elwak Stadium. And then I asked him that, Daddy, I used to call him Daddy because he was my father's friend. And we all like football. I said, were you at this Elwak Stadium when House of Folk did the thing? Because when I was growing up, there was a story that my father and his friends, the House of Folk miracle at Elwak, Mohamed Polo scored the second goal, 5-1 against them. They were always talking about it, the House miracle at the Elwak Stadium. So I asked him that, were you at the Elwak Stadium when that happened? He said, oh no, he wasn't. At that time, he was not that old. Then he said that as for this Elwak Stadium, we will thank a champion for it. And I said, what does he mean? He says, a champion who built the Elwak Stadium. I said, a champion, because we all grew up laughing at a champion. Because the things they told us, a champion, he likes women, he does this, a champion is foolish, a champion. That's the staple they fed us on. That a champion is useless. The former president, a champion, they say he's useless. That's what they told us. They say a champion, when they go and tell him that the Ghana Bar Association is on strike, a champion thinks it's bar where they are selling drinks. They said all those things. Now, Adams told me, oh, I didn't mention his name. He told me that, Kweku, one day, I was in secondary school, I was in Presec, 6th form. He said, one day, we will thank a champion in this country. It sounded to me like, what is Daddy talking about? A champion. He said, one day, Ghana, we will thank a champion. Then he told me that, you want to go to Legon? I said, oh, wallahi, I'll go to Legon. At those days, that was our ambition, you know. He said, go and look at the annexes in Legon. A champion built all the annexes. Legon Hall annex, Sabah Hall annex. One day, we'll thank a champion. Today, Dr. Bafo Ajimanduya, one of the revered professors of political science, has written a book dedicated to the glory of a champion. That's how life is. Today, we talk about a champion, the president who never traveled. He bought a presidential jet, he never traveled. The president who revolutionized agriculture. Kutu a champion. Today, he's eulogized. Because you see, when you're a president and you are doing things, sometimes people who don't get to do the things can spin things against you, and they say all sorts of things about you. When you see a champion's press conference today, the quality of English he speaks, it is unthinkable that a person like that did not understand that the Bar Association is a bar association of lawyers. But they said all this about him. Akufo-Addo, Dr. Bawumia says that history will be kind to you. Now, let's talk about the situation. So Kennedy is unhappy that some people are talking anyhow. Allow him to vent. It's okay. He shouldn't vent too much, but allow him to vent. Allow him to express himself. In any case, within the same hour, Kennedy Japon and Abronya were shaking hands. Allow Abronya also to express himself. Yeah, that's, if you can start this video, they'll see it properly. This is Dr. Bawumia addressing, that's how it should work. That is what democracy is about. That is what peace is about. And that is what family feud is about. Siblings fight. We fight and then we recover. We fight and we recover. That's Kennedy Japon and Abronya making peace. So why is everybody making about this? Well, it's okay. We are all entitled to talk. But this is what happened. And I'm saying that allow people to vent. We've gone into an election. We've lost the election. We have come out of the election. Allow people to vent. When Kwesiboche wrote his report, people were venting. Eventually, in the end, John Mahama won one of the biggest victories. That's Kennedy pleading with the vice president, that former vice president, that he wants to take his seat. And the vice president saying that there will be a showdown. It's a united front. And they will have to generate a unity among themselves. Did I say a unity? They will have to generate unity among themselves so that they can be competitive in the next election. So let me come back to the touch screen and say goodbye to everyone. But Dr. Bawumia made the point. Dr. Bawumia made essential points at the conference. He talked about they understand.